Hi, this is Don McAllister and welcome to another ScreenCastsOnline weekly tip video. In this tip I'll be covering managing access to Wi-Fi networks on both the Mac and iOS. Now, to demonstrate this, I'm actually going to use my personal iPhone, and here in the ScreenCastsOnline studio I have two separate access points to the internet, just for backup really. If one goes down I can access the internet using a separate hub. Now, to see these wireless access points on my phone, if I go into settings and then into Wi-Fi. So my primary one is this HS network, 5 GHz, and this is a Wi-Fi hub. It's actually an Airport Extreme, but I also have a BT hub as well, which is giving me this other Wi-Fi network, BT Hub 5 G3TS. And if I actually try and go in here, it's not set up at the moment, it's prompting me for my password. But I'm going to go ahead and say cancel to that, and I'm going to go across to my Mac. So this is my desktop Mac in the studio. This is my Mac Pro. And if I actually go into iCloud, you'll see that I have, here we go, iCloud Keychain. It's currently being synchronized using iCloud. So if I now go up to the Wi-Fi, so again here I'm on HS network, 5 GHz. If I try to go to BT Hub 3TS, it's asking for a password. So let me quickly enter the password in. So that's the password entered. I'm going to remember this password and we'll say join. And we'll see, we should connect okay. Right, we're now connected to that network. Let me quickly jump across to the iPhone. Back across to the iPhone 7 Plus. I've done no reconfiguration on the phone. Everything is being handled in the background by iCloud Keychain Syncing. But if I just tap on here, that will now allow me to log in to that network. The password has been transferred across using iCloud Keychain Syncing. Now, if I want to remove the login details for this network, if I actually go back to my HS network 5 GHz, and we're now logged into that Wi-Fi access point, if I tap on the I next to the BT hub, I can say forget this network. We get the message your iPhone and other devices using iCloud Keychain will no longer join this Wi-Fi network. So we can say forget. Okay, that removes the password entry. So if I now try and access it again, I'll be prompted for the password. But we'll say cancel to that. Now, if you have an iPhone, an iPad, and a laptop, over time you can build up quite a list of Wi-Fi networks that you access, and all of these will be synchronized on all your devices, even if you only visit them once. Let's go across to the Mac Pro and see what implications that has across on the Mac Pro. Let's go ahead and open System Preferences on my Mac Pro. Bearing in mind this is my desktop machine, it doesn't go anywhere. In fact, it's never been anywhere outside of the studio. But if I go to Network, if I select my Wi-Fi connection, now I have logged back into my HS network 5 GHz Wi-Fi network, and if I click on this drop-down list, I can still see my BT hub and some other networks which are part of the same system. But if I go down here to Advanced, under Wi-Fi, you will actually see lots more. Western Lobby, that was a Wi-Fi hotspot I used in the States. Boingo Hotspot, which was an airport. The Guinness Store, I can honestly say I've never taken my Mac Pro to the Guinness Store, but I can see that there. LAX, One World Lounge, Mauritius. These are all Wi-Fi networks. I'm never ever probably going to go back again. Some I might, but most of them, the majority, I won't. So ideally what I could do is to go through and tidy these up. I can remove these from my preferred networks list. So I probably don't want to delete IKEA Wi-Fi, because if I do that, it will delete it from my iPad and my iPhone, and I'm quite likely to go back to IKEA to access the Wi-Fi. Comfort Inn, I'm not sure where that is, so I'm actually going to delete that. So again, your Mac and other devices using iCloud Keychain will no longer join this Wi-Fi network, which is fine. I'll say remove. So we have some Amazon network names, not sure what they are, so we'll use the Command key to multi-select. Comfort Inn 3, that can go. iFly Beaches, don't know, Gateway Hotel. Again, I can just go through, select those Wi-Fi systems I want to forget, and say remove Wi-Fi network. Let's apply to all, and we'll say remove. Okay, and I can go through now and tidy up my list. Once I have a list of preferred networks that I know I'm probably going to revisit, I can actually drag these into various orders. So if I wanted BT Open Zone to be towards the top of the list, so it would select that first, I could actually move that to the top of the list. And then when I reach a BT Open Zone network, it will actually open that as a preferred network. But don't forget, if you make any changes here, even though this is my Mac desktop, these changes will be reflected across on my Mac laptop, my iPad, and my iPhone, as long as they're all using iCloud Keychain Sync. By the way, you can't get access to this preferred networks list across on iOS, at least not in iOS 10. You only see those Wi-Fi networks that are around you, but they are there in the background. You just can't expose them in iOS. If you want to learn more about using your Apple devices, there are over 700 full video tutorials available to ScreenCastsOnline members, covering all aspects of the Mac, iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, and even the Apple TV. Now, all full members receive a new Apple-related video tutorial each and every week, as well as a free subscription to the ScreenCastsOnline monthly magazine, packed with videos and articles on getting the most out of your Apple devices. Now, you can get your free 14-day trial membership over at ScreenCastsOnline.com, or check out some of the free content over on the SCO Showcase app on the iPad, iPhone, and Apple TV. That's it for this week. I'll be back next week with another tip, so I'll speak to you then.